The pull-up is one of the key measures of a strong person. Whether a man or woman, being able to pull up your own body weight is a milestone of strength that's worth attaining. In this video, I'm going to take you from 0 pull-ups up to full sets of 10 or more. Because let's face it, when the zombies come, you want to be able to make it over that fence. I'm Dave, and this is Dave Does Fitness. When looking at some of the big lifts that build a strong body, you could break them down to a lower body pushing, like a squat, a lower body pulling, like a deadlift, an upper body pressing, like a military press or bench press, and an upper body pull, like a pull-up or a row. Working on improving any of these movements is going to build you a stronger, healthier body. In today's video, we're going to take a look at pull-ups, and I'll guide you from 0 right on up. You'll probably learn something even if you are more advanced in your fitness levels and fitness knowledge, but if you want to skip to the more advanced variations we'll talk about, then I'll hopefully figure out how to put chapters in this video, and you could maybe look below and hopefully they're there. I don't know, we'll see. The only thing you're going to need to go through this program is access to a sturdy pull-up bar and some bands. If you have one of those door frame bars, then approach with caution. Those can get a little bit funky if you're trying to use a band, so you've been warned. I'll throw a link in the description to the bar that I currently have mounted in my garage, so you could grab one as well. These bands are going to be a larger size and pretty strong. You can use them for quite a few exercises, so they're a worthy investment whether you work out at home or in a commercial gym. Once again, I'll throw a link in the description so you can find a good set of bands. Okay, when approaching any exercise, there's always a set number of variables that you can manipulate to help you reach your training goal. With a pull-up, your variables are grip, so you can have your palms facing away, which is a pronated grip, your palms can face each other, which is a neutral grip, or your palms can face back towards you, which is a supinated grip. In addition, your grip can be more narrow or wider on the bar. In general, a wider grip is going to be more challenging than a more narrow grip, up to about shoulder width. And the difficulty of hand grip positions is as follows. Facing away is the most challenging. This is what we call a pull-up. Facing towards you is going to be in the middle, that is a chin-up. And facing each other is going to be the easiest variation, and we just call that a neutral grip pull-up. Now, in addition, you also have the positive or raising portion of any exercise, the negative or lowering portion of any exercise, and you can also just stay still, and we call that an isometric hold. And you probably already guessed this, but the raising portion of an exercise is the most difficult part. Holding still is in the middle, and lowering something down, whether it's a weight or your own body, is the easiest part. Now, finally, we could add or remove resistance as well. So removing resistance could come in the form of using bands to take away some of your body weight, and adding resistance can come in the form of hanging weights off your waist to make yourself heavier. To the surprise of absolutely no one, having more weight makes things more difficult. Now, with any exercise you do, there's also the variables of volume, which is the amount of repetitions you do in any given workout. The frequency, which is how often you're doing those exercises in any given week or any given time period. There's also the intensity, which is basically what we just talked about with resistance, like how much weight you're using in the exercise. So we're going to combine all these variables that we just discussed, going with all the easier versions of them to start off with, and then slowly making them more and more difficult until you're able to do your full repetitions with your body weight without any help. So as a beginner, we're going to rely heavily on bands to make you lighter so you can build up your volume. This is where if you have access to gym equipment, a lat pull-down machine is a good option if you're an absolute beginner. While using bands, just be careful getting in and out. We don't want any mishaps there. So to get things going, we're going to start using a band that allows you to get at least 10 repetitions of chin-ups or neutral grip pull-ups. You can use more than one band if needed. You can do 2 sets to start and work your way up to 3 sets. Now, if you find getting to 10 is very difficult, space out your sets further in your workout. You will set at the beginning of the workout, set at the end, like that. Once you can do that, then you can add in negative repetitions. This means you're going to jump to the top of the position using your legs to help or something to climb on, and then lower yourself down as slowly as you can. You can do 3, 2, or even just a single repetition of this, making sure that the repetition takes at least 5 seconds to lower yourself all the way down. Start these with a band and then eventually work yourself to the point where you can do them without a band. You're going to do these 2 and eventually 3 times per week to build up your frequency. Now once your strength builds up, use a lighter band or remove the band entirely, and be sure to do your chin-ups or neutral grip pull-ups with leaving a few reps in the tank. You don't want to go until exhaustion or muscle failure until you're doing those negative repetitions afterwards. Now at this point we can finally start working on pull-ups, meaning turning your palms facing away from you. And this grip uses more of your back muscles, and your arms are helping just a little bit less. So use a band if needed to get your reps anywhere from 5 or more per set when you start doing pull-ups. Still keep in the negatives, and at this point you're going to increase the amount of negatives you're doing as long as you can keep your time under at least 5 seconds. As you're lowering down, you could go up to 5 repetitions on the negatives. Now it may take quite a long time to build up your strength, likely multiple months of working on this, but once you're able to do 10 or more repetitions with your body weight doing pull-ups, you're ready to start using the exercise to really build strength. This is when you can fully utilize all the variables to continue building on the foundation that you already have. As a strength exercise, you can add additional weight, even if you're starting with as little as 5 pounds, and do 3 to 5 sets of 5 to 8 repetitions, making sure you're taking adequate rest in between of 60 to 90 seconds so you can recover. Later on in the same workout, you can do chin-ups at body weight or even with a band if you needed to get in higher amounts of volume. So something along those lines of 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions, again with 60 to 90 seconds in between sets. So here's a few important notes. Always use full range of motion. That means your chin's getting above the bar and your arms are going completely straight at the bottom of each repetition. If your reps don't start at the bottom and reach up over the bar, then back off your rep counts or lighten your load. If you start to feel an ache on the insides of your elbows, then dial things back. You do not want to develop a tendonitis in your elbow from gripping things too hard. So consider some rest, some ice, some anti-inflammatories, and whatever your qualified doctor, or let's be real, Google and WebMD tell you to do. So to summarize, 2 to 3 times per week, chin-ups or neutral grip pull-ups with a band until you get up to 10 repetitions. Then you could add in the negative repetitions, up to 3 of them, making sure as you lower down, they're taking at least 5 seconds each. Once you can use a lighter band or no band at all with these, then swap to a pull-up and do sets of at least 5 to 10 repetitions, and you could increase the negatives up to 5 repetitions. And once you build up to 10 body weight without a band, then you can start adding in weight, doing 3 to 5 sets in the strength rep range of 5 to 8 repetitions. And then to get additional volume, you're going to do 3 sets of 10 to 15 of your chin-ups or neutral grip pull-ups, even using a band if you have to get those extra repetitions in. Congratulations, you just built your pull-ups from 0 to hero. You can now haul yourself on up and you're not going to become a zombie's lunch. Listen, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, then thank you so much for taking the time to watch the entire thing. Please consider giving the video a thumbs up, subscribe for more fitness content. I've got a lot more coming soon. I'm Dave, this is Dave Does Fitness. Have an awesome day and stay fit.